Good afternoon, everyone. This is an update on the tropics for October 11th, 2022. We now have Invest 93L in the southern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. This is now expected to become a tropical depression / tropical storm, and we probably will see Tropical Storm Karl from this in a couple of days. Let's get right into it here. Here is the Gulf of Mexico. Now, we don't have much satellite imagery to look at right now in the rest of the Atlantic. We are really keeping an eye on Invest 93L. We have a ton of convection this morning and afternoon. As you can see there, a very healthy amount of convection, a lot of circulation in more of the southern half portion. You can see that kind of inflow going into Invest 93L, and this is going to support a tropical storm possibly throughout the next 40 hours as it continues to develop. A lot of these models didn't really have it developing into much, but as you can see, we are definitely seeing quite the development here of Invest 93L, which would be Tropical Storm Karl if it is named. This will be mainly stalling throughout the southern Gulf of Mexico, impacting portions of the Yucatan Peninsula as well as more of southern Mexico, with a lot of that rainfall and maybe some damaging winds possibly near the center. But right now it is in that developing stage. It is going to stay in this area for quite a while, which is going to definitely give it a big chance at developing into a tropical storm. Here's the National Hurricane Center on Invest 93L. There's that 80% chance that they did issue. Now, I was just checking this before I made the video, and it was at around a 60% chance of development, and they just rose it right to an 80% chance due to all that convection and all that development. As you can see, according to the National Hurricane Center, what they say about this is satellite deprived surface winds indicate that the area low pressure over the Bay of Campeche is becoming better defined. Environmental conditions are forecast to be conducive for further development, and a tropical depression or tropical storm is likely to form within the next day or so. While the system moves slowly northwestward over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, heavy rainfall is also expected over portions of southern Mexico over the next couple of days. An Air Force Reserve reconnaissance aircraft is en route to investigate the system, and interests in southwestern Mexico should monitor this progress of this disturbance. And here's the spaghetti models from the European model. As you can see, it is really not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay where it's at for right now. Eventually going to be headed southward into the southern portion of Mexico in the Bay of Campeche, mainly staying near a high-end tropical depression strength, maybe even a low to mid in Tropical Storm Karl, which again will be Karl if it is named. That's why you saw Karl on the thumbnail and the title, because it is expected to become a tropical storm. But if it doesn't become a tropical storm, that's my apology. Here's the GFS run for Invest 93L. Again, it is right down here in the Bay of Campeche. Let's go on and move forward here. As you can see, we get quite a bit of circulation tomorrow around 12 p.m. So Wednesday of 12 p.m. Central Time, we get a ton of circulation, a ton of heavy rainfall associated with that low pressure system. Gets down to 1003 of pressure. Doesn't really get down to the 900s. And as you can see, it really kind of just weakens off later this week around Friday, and just brings a lot of rainfall pretty much to the southern portion of Mexico, and even portions of the central portion of Mexico. There is going to see a lot of rainfall from this, and not really any storm surge or damaging winds. Mainly flooding is going to be that main factor from Invest 93L or Karl if it does get named. Since this is such a small system, these models don't really bring it up to its max strength, because right now it's looking very healthy, and it could definitely get very strong very fast. Where it's at right now, of course, you do have those upper level winds that is factoring in. That's gonna definitely bring it to a lower chance of becoming a hurricane, but it is gonna be affected by a lot of that land right now that is right by. Keep it down in the more lower levels of tropical cyclone, more of that tropical depression, tropical storm strength here. Again, it is just gonna stall out and eventually head south into land of Mexico, which is going to just increase rainfall and flooding amounts again in portions of southern Mexico. CMC model definitely notices this, doesn't really bring it up to a a strong tropical storm strength. Keeps it down to more of a tropical depression strength. You look at the icon model as well, one of the more short-term models, and this actually brings it a little further north of the Bay of Campeche, and it definitely gives it a big chance of developing into Karl, eventually heading southward into Mexico. A lot of these do have the same path. Icon model usually has a definitely interesting opinion on things, but all these models pretty much have the same strength, except a European model definitely usually undergoes some of these storms and doesn't really easily notice storms like Invest 93L. Like I said, we had an aircraft recon heading into Invest 93L, and look at this. I'm not sure if they are near the center, but you can see some of these yellows, and this is some of these lime greens and yellows. These are reaching up to 40 to 50 knots of wind, so that's reaching near a tropical storm strength. As long as it gets that circulation together, we could very well see the circulation. We may see tropical storm Karl here within the next 36 hours, according to these winds in this near the center of Invest 93L. So definitely some interesting data coming in from the aircraft recon this early afternoon. And again, more of those impacts are going to be mainly flooding, not really wind impacts for Mexico. It's going to continue to stall out and continue to develop over the next couple of days in the Bay of Campeche. So we have to watch it closely for it possibly to develop into Tropical Storm Karl very soon. We will keep you updated with these daily uploads. So make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a single update or live stream on Invest 93L or any more tropical systems or extreme weather. Share this with friends and family that may live here right near tropical storm, right near Invest 93L, to keep them updated with the latest information. But as always, see you in the next one. Stay safe.